So what's going on? Battle drop today. What's the feedback looking like on your timeline?
It's looking good right now. It's a lot of this is the thing, man. Like, people know me and Magic are camera battlers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what happens sometimes is when you see a lot of, like, obviously a lot of the talk was, Brizz and Top, 3-0, Magic and Chilla in the building, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? But when you hear that so much before a battle comes out and you watch it, you expect to see, like, a body or
right.
like some, you expect to see somebody get washed every round.
Facts.
And that's not really what it looks like on camera, man. I think the first round, which they won clearly in the building, looks very, very close on camera. A lot of people gave us the first round because they said after Brizz and T Top's, two room rockets in the beginning, they kind of slowed way, way down. Whereas me and Magic, we had a lot of stops in our first round. We had a lot of reaction that was very consistent at all points during the round. You know what I'm saying? The second round is close on camera. I think most people are giving the second round to me and Magic. And then the third round is also very close on camera. I think that's kind of a split. I've seen a lot of people give it to us. I've seen a lot of people give it to Brizz and T Top. So overall on the timeline, man, I'm seeing a lot of 2-1 either ways. I'm seeing a lot of people saying me and Magic 2-1. Some even saying 3-0. They're just the first. And I do see some people saying T Top and Brizz 3-0 as well. So it's just one of those battles. I think it's just a style clash, man. Me and Magic, obviously, content-wise, our bars were just, we had bar after bar after bar.
Exactly.
Whereas I feel like Top and Brizz had really dope chemistry. I feel like they were probably more entertaining to watch. But, I think it's just a style clash, man. Just depends on what you prefer.
Well, it was like I was telling them before, it was pretty, like, apparent that you and Magic were having fun, kind of feeling it out a bit, just doing your own thing, and Top and Brizz had more to prove. So they came out with some of their best material, like, to date, and you guys were out there having fun with it. So their energy is at 11, and you guys are more chilled back because that's just how you are anyway.
Yeah, man, because you are like, it's always like you, the Magic, the Johns, like everybody on the next tier of lyricism of the plateau. You always know, regardless of how the battle turns out, you've got to look on camera. You've got to see it on YouTube in order to get the full effect, regardless if you think you won or not. Because I think the room shake is kind of set the tone, because once the room shake is hit, it's just the momentum just carries you. So everything you hear is just going to be that much better, regardless of how good it really is, But I still got to watch it. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, but I'm going to just keep that in mind. So I'm going to just go in there and act like I never watched the battle and wasn't there. So,
So, Chill, let me ask you this then. So, the third round, when you started off with having to get the bars out against Magic, some of the criticism was that, you kind of lost half of that round, you know what I mean? You only came in with half of a round. Is that fair? Or do you think that's just people just criticizing for no reason?
I don't ever think people criticize for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple of my homies hit me up and say that they didn't like that approach because it took away a little bit from me and Magic being able to work together more. Because, I had a couple homies hit me up and be like, yo, bro, I understand what you did, but it would have been fire if you and Magic had gone back-to-back the entire round.
Yeah.
Like if you guys had just the same way on the second half of the round where we were just punching back to back to back to back, and then Magic would punch twice, and then I would punch twice, and then he would punch fourth. Like, you know, my homie was like, if y'all would have did that the whole third round, the third round wouldn't even have been close.
Yeah, because Brizz and Top's third kind of fell. It was pretty flat compared to their first two.
Yeah.
So the third could have easily been yours, but that first, not even first half, but the first maybe 30 seconds of the round kind of feels like it's not for them.
Indirect, right. Right, nah. I feel that. You know what I'm saying? It was a risk. You know, I thought it would be a dope idea only because I get asked so many times on interviews by people who see me everywhere, man. Like, yo, I wish you had finished that round for Magic. I wish you had finished your third. I wish I knew what was you know what I'm saying, what you had left. So, you know, I thought the effect of it would be, oh shit, you know, he's finally gonna get the chance to get his bars off that we've been waiting on for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? We've always wondered what he had left for Magic, or you know, what would have happened if Chilla never choked. So the idea behind it, you know, though maybe the execution was a little off there, the idea behind it was to give you guys a glimpse of maybe what would have happened if I would have finished my third for Magic. Kind of similar to how, you know, John and Clips, when they did their 2-on-2, they had a section, I think it was in their second round, where they were like, you know, I beat you in that one round, or blah, 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 or I'm better than you, or, you know, let's bet, you know what I'm saying? It was supposed to kind of come off like that, where it was me getting that Magic for a quick second. But, you know, anybody who thinks that maybe we lost a little bit of momentum at that point, or that, you know, maybe it slowed us down a little bit, I'm not mad at that. I can see that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I watched the battle twice. I do feel like our third round could have been stronger if me and Magic would have went back and forth, so I don't necessarily disagree with that at all.
Yeah, man, because it's like, with the 2-on-2, it's like, it's something else, like, expected. The performance factor, I feel, is like more increased, you know, like people are looking forward to more performance than it is bars. They're like, oh, I want to see them go back and forth. I wonder what they're going to do. And it seems like it kind of strays more from the bars. It just, you know, people just look for, I don't want to say antics, but different styles.
It's a circus act.
Different ways of delivery.
It's a circus act.
Right. Well, you know, that's where I feel like, you know, I do feel like Top and Brizz, I do think their performance and their chemistry was super dope. You know what I'm saying? For a lot of people, their chemistry alone is going to be enough to edge them this battle. But the advantage, or where I feel like me and Magic were successful, is just our approaches in, you know, say the second round, where we switched styles. And he put on the hat, I put on the skull cap. I rapped like him, he rapped like me. Like, you know, like our ability to scheme and punchline wearing what we were wearing on our heads. I thought that was genius. I thought it was dope. I thought it was executed well. I thought his PG scheme was fire. I thought my back-to-back punches were dope. The first round, you know, to start off the first round, we were basically, quote-unquote, arguing over how to flip certain wordplay concepts like brainstorming or childproof. So, you know, I felt like as far as the content being thought out, I definitely felt like that added a little bit to our performance. And I felt like if Brizz and Top had a flaw in this battle, you know, I would say it would have been to have more creativity in their approach. Like, obviously, the Golden Eye bar was fire. I feel like they were missing more moments like that in the battle. Because obviously that was the bar of the battle. And it came within the first 30 seconds of their first round. But I feel like they could have put together more moments like that. And I think that for that moment to have come so early in the first round, to me, it kind of overshadowed the rest of the battle because they never really hit that high point. Whereas I feel like me and Magic's first was good. Our second was better. Our third ended really strong, even though it started slow, but I felt like we gradually increased, and Brizz and Top gradually decreased. But that's just my opinion.
No, that's a pretty accurate description of the battle. Is they hit, within their first minute, they hit their two best spots in the battle.
Mm-hmm.
And then just slowly went down. They had a couple in the second, a couple more here and there. But that first minute, had they had a minute like that in every round, it would have been a much different discussion.
We would have got smoked. Definitely.
Word.
And they took more of a personal approach, more of a direct approach from that, like you and Magic being off smack for a while. They took the Hitman and A-Verb angle.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, they just seemed like they had more to prove because there's still PGs in people's eyes.
Right.
So they got to, Chilla Jones and be Magic.
Their approach, though I feel like conceptually it could have been stronger, I thought their approaches were dope, though. You know what I'm saying? They were very direct in their material, which I feel like a lot of people that night, even me and Magic to some extent, every bar wasn't super direct. But Brizz and Top were super direct with most of their material. Obviously, like the Golden Eye and the Notarized, like those bars they could have said to anybody. But a lot of their substance, a lot of their angles about me supposedly doing Uber, which is not true, the Hitman A-Verb thing, me battling PGs, and then Magic choking and not being on smack in a while, and a couple of Magic clips. Like they were actually pretty direct, which I thought was good. I just felt like they could have been a little stronger with their approaches or their concepts.
Right. But so in the first round, well, even in the second with the style switches, did the distance have a lot to do with that? Where it was, okay, I rap a little bit, you rap a little bit, I rap a bit. Was that just a product of being so far away, not being able to rehearse with one another? If me and Magic had a chance to sit in a room, together for an extended period of time before the battle, yeah. I mean, I think our rounds would have translated I think we would have done things a little bit differently. I don't think our material would have been too much different because I'm really happy with our material and what we had. But you probably would have seen, obviously you would have had better chemistry, and you may have seen more moments in the battle that were like the Golden Eye bar from Top and Brizz. You know what I'm saying? Because more of a.
Though me and Magic had a lot of back and forth, what Top and Brizz did especially well in the first round is they had a lot of their material was very conversational. You know what I'm saying? Big gun, shoulder wide, I hold this side. You know what I'm saying? Like the way they did that and put that together was fire. And I think if me and Magic really had the chance to sit in the room and plan it, we probably could have flipped some of our material that same way. But all me and Magic had was the night before the battle. That was the only time that we spent together before the battle. Everything else was Skype calls, Facebook Messenger calls, day in, day out, hours every day, putting this material together, going over the material. Like, it was super, super difficult, but it was a challenge, man. I love the challenge. I think overall, considering the distance, we did really well. I think we're the only 2-on-2 group who didn't get a chance to sit in the same room before we hit the stage, prior to the night before the battle.
Probably.
So, all things considered, I'm definitely happy with the way the battle turned out. I'm happy with the way me and Magic performed. And I think if me and Magic ever had the opportunity to do it again, that it would be a way better performance chemistry-wise.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a learning curve you can see with all the like first time team ups on the card that there's a learning curve there of how to do it, and especially with the distance between you two. So no one's gonna knock you and say, "Man, they didn't even work together," because you guys work better together than like John and Saya Boy did, and they live 2 blocks away from each other.